Picture a river that flows north, against what most people assume about rivers, and you might already be questioning everything your geography teacher told you. But here's the thing, there is a river that does something even more mind-bending than that. The Casiquiare Canal in South America actually connects two entirely separate river systems, the Amazon and the Orinoco, acting as a natural waterway bridge between them. Geographers call it a bifurcation, meaning a single body of flowing water splits and feeds two completely different drainage basins. That almost never happens on Earth. Rivers are stubborn, they pick a destination, and they commit. The Casiquiare did not get that memo. Spanish explorer Alexander von Humboldt helped bring this geographic oddity to the attention of European science in the early 1800s, and even he could barely believe what he was looking at. But the Casiquiare is just the opening act. The truth is that rivers, lakes, oceans, and the land itself are full of behaviours that seem to break the rules we learn in school. Gravity, it turns out, is not the only force shaping the flow of water across our planet. Geology, atmospheric pressure, and even the rotation of the Earth all conspire to create waterways and landscapes that behave in ways that feel almost impossible. Over the next few minutes, we are going to take a tour through 5 of the most genuinely surprising geographical phenomena on the planet. Some of them are hidden in plain sight, others are buried under kilometres of ice. All of them will make you look at a map completely differently. Ready? Let us start flowing. Antarctica looks from above like a vast featureless expanse of white. Nothing moves, nothing lives, or so you would think. Roughly 4 kilometres beneath the East Antarctic ice sheet sits Lake Vostok, a body of liquid water roughly the size of Lake Ontario, and it has been sealed off from the surface of the Earth for somewhere between 15 and 25 million years. Let that sink in. While continents were drifting, dinosaurs had already gone extinct, and early human ancestors were just beginning to walk upright. This lake was sitting quietly in total darkness under an incomprehensible weight of ice. What keeps it liquid? Geothermal heat rising from the earth below, combined with the insulating pressure of the ice sheet above, prevents it from freezing solid. Scientists drilled down to it in 2012, and the moment the drill broke through, water from the lake actually shot up the borehole due to pressure differences, which tells you just how compressed and isolated that environment truly is. Here's the part that really excites researchers. Because Lake Vostok has been cut off from sunlight, from the surface atmosphere, from essentially every condition we associate with habitability, whatever lives down there, if anything does, evolved completely independently of the rest of life on Earth. Samples taken from the refrozen borehole water have suggested the presence of microbial life, though scientists are still working carefully to rule out contamination from the drill itself. Lake Vostok is not even the only subglacial lake in Antarctica. There are over 400 of them mapped so far. The continent is not just ice, it is an ice roof over a hidden water world. Most people picture the ocean as one consistent shade of deep blue, maybe shifting to turquoise near a tropical beach. But there is a body of water that dramatically changes its color across seasons, and scientists only fully understood why relatively recently. The Red Sea is named for a phenomenon involving massive seasonal blooms of a cyanobacterium called Trichodesmium erythraeum. When these microorganisms die off in large numbers near the surface, the water takes on a reddish-brown hue that was vivid enough to name an entire sea. That same organism, by the way, is one of the few life forms on Earth capable of converting atmospheric nitrogen into a form that other marine life can actually use, making it quietly essential to ocean ecosystems across the globe. But color-shifting water is not unique to the Red Sea. The Yellow Sea, sitting between China and the Korean Peninsula, gets its name from the yellow-tinted silt carried into it by the Yellow River, one of the most sediment-heavy rivers in the world. And the Black Sea earns its name partly from ancient maritime tradition, where compass directions were assigned colors, with north being black, but also partly from the dark, anoxic, oxygen-depleted water that fills its lower depths. Below about 200 meters, the Black Sea contains almost no dissolved oxygen and is instead rich in hydrogen sulfide, which means almost nothing can survive down there. It is essentially a dead zone, taking up most of the sea's total volume. Geography loves a dramatic name, and more often than not, those names are hiding a genuinely remarkable piece of science. You probably learned in school that gravity pulls everything downward at a consistent rate. That is mostly true, but the Earth is not a perfect sphere, and its interior is not uniformly dense, which means gravity actually varies slightly from place to place across the planet. India has one of the most famous gravity anomalies on Earth. Near the southern tip of the subcontinent, there is a region where gravitational pull is measurably weaker than the global average, meaning you would technically weigh slightly less standing there. Scientists believe this is connected to the way tectonic plates have shifted over millions of years and the density differences in the mantle beneath that region. But gravity anomalies produce visible effects too. The magnetic hill in Leh, India is a stretch of road where vehicles appear to roll uphill on their own. In reality, the surrounding landscape creates an optical illusion that tilts your perception of what is level. The road that looks like it is climbing is actually gently descending. Your eyes, trusting the horizon and the surrounding hills, get completely fooled. Similar illusions exist in dozens of countries, and every single one of them has at some point been misattributed to mysterious magnetic forces or supernatural causes. Then, there is the vanishing coastline problem. The Netherlands has reclaimed so much land from the sea through engineering over the past few centuries that roughly 17% of the country's current land area did not exist as dry land 500 years ago. Entire provinces were ocean. Geography, it turns out, is not fixed. It is a negotiation between human ambition, geology, and water, and it is constantly being renegotiated. So what have we actually learned today? We learned that rivers can connect two entirely separate drainage systems, bending the rules of how water is supposed to behave. We learned that beneath kilometers of Antarctic ice, hidden lakes have been sitting in darkness for tens of millions of years, possibly nurturing life that evolved in total isolation from the rest of the planet. We saw that entire seas can change color based on microscopic organisms, and that the names we give to bodies of water are often rooted in real observable science. We discovered that gravity is not a constant, that it varies across the surface of the Earth in ways that can fool your eyes and make cars appear to roll uphill. And we found out that coastlines themselves are not permanent, that human engineering and natural forces are constantly redrawing the edges of the world. The planet you live on is not the static, predictable globe that hangs in the back of a classroom. It is a dynamic, constantly shifting system full of hidden oceans, color-changing seas, rivers that break the rules, and landscapes that trick your brain. Every single time scientists dig deeper, drill further, or map another corner of the deep ocean floor, they find something that makes the textbooks look a little incomplete. That is the thing about geography. The map is never truly finished. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you are exactly the kind of curious person this channel is made for. Hit the like button if any of these facts genuinely surprised you, and subscribe so you never miss the next batch of things the world forgot to tell you.